talk about complimenting women on the initial approach. I'm Paul, Apex Mindset. Take your finger, hit the subscribe button, the notification bell, get on my email list. Link is in the description. Like, share, all that good stuff. So, normal game coaches nowadays teach you the basic method of throwing a compliment out to a woman and then initiating a conversation, letting that conversation go for a few minutes, then closing with trying to get her phone number or contact information. That is the typical formula that everyone teaches. You can look things up on YouTube. You'll see infields where people are basically showing guys running up to women or coming up to women in day game scenarios and saying, "Hey, I saw you over there. You look really beautiful, and I thought that I would just come over and say hello." And then they go into their, initiating a conversation. See, I'm going to suggest that you don't do that. All right? Now, here's the thing. I have people I respect that teach pickup, that this is what they recommend. There's some good merits to it. I mean, taking somebody who is not used to talking to women and having them do this method is going to get them rejected a lot. And that's a good thing, actually. Learning how to take rejection is a skill set that they need to learn. The success rate on this method is pretty low. It's what I call the Hail Mary pass. It's basically taking that football and throwing it as far as you can down the field in hopes that somebody catches it and makes a touchdown. And that's kind of like run up to a girl, "Hey, you look hot, just want to say hello, talk to you for a second," whatever, number. That's basically what that is. Is it useful? Well, to a degree it can be if you have zero time to build any kind of rapport, like not even 5 minutes. She is in passing, you're in passing. This is your only chance or opportunity, most likely. You're just gonna shoot your shot. Like, this chick is super hot and you would feel stupid letting the opportunity go away. And so you're gonna shoot your shot and see how you do. Okay, cool. Like, I've done it and that's good. I've gotten shot down with this and I've also been successful with this. So that's what I would use it for personally. There's some good parts about approaching this way. When you approach a woman and you start with a compliment, here's on the good side of it, it demonstrates confidence. It's a lot of confidence for a guy to approach a woman and give her a compliment on her looks. And he's conveying sexual interest. So that can be arousing to a woman. And women like attention. So these three things, these are positive things. But that only really works if she sees your SMV is higher than hers, probably considerably. For example, and this is where a lot of these infields are filmed, if I were to go to Poland or Eastern Europe, me with the way that I look and that I'm American and the way that I talk, I'm going to slay women. I'm going to have a high rate of success just walking up to women saying, "You look good, thought I would just say hello," and then get a phone number. I set up a date that night. I know because I've been there and I have slayed with this, right? It does work, but here's the thing. Why does that work? Well, because I'm seen as high status because I'm American, and women are much more receptive in those parts of the world. Try this stuff in like Los Angeles, for example, where I'm not a high-paid, recognizable celebrity. I don't have that status, and so my success rate, even with the looks and the things that I have and the game that I have, it's going to be much, much lower. And so even with high success rate, you're probably only talking about I'm talking the best experts in this game in a great area where women are receptive. You're probably talking 8 to 10 positive hits out of 100 approaches. If you're going to play the numbers game, go ahead and get online, all right? Here's the negative part about the compliment, is that it can come across as you placating to her, and it sets it up in her hypergamous brain that she's better than you. That's the message that you're sending. When you're complimenting her looks and it's not earned, she didn't earn your attention, okay? She hasn't done anything to earn the compliment, really. What that does is it sends her just a message or signals that she is of better genetic quality than you for mating. And as we know, if she believes that, or if that's what her hindbrain or primal brain thinks, she will not be attracted or aroused by you. So you will get a lot less success if that's the case. And that's the problem with starting with a compliment. I'm going to suggest that you do the same thing, just lose the compliment. Compliments are reserved for later on in the escalation when she earns it through her interest. If I compliment a woman's looks, for example, she's indicated sexual interest, she's done and said things, she's been flirting with me, there's maybe been some physical touch, and now I can initiate, maybe we've even kissed already, and now it's an appropriate time to unleash those kinds of compliments. That can be very seductive. But in the beginning, she doesn't know me, and we'll talk in other videos about being sexually closed or open, showing indicators of interest, not showing them. But in any sense, though, it can set you up for a failure, where if you were to just come up to her and simply say whatever you would have said without the compliment, I think that your rate of success is going to be just a little bit higher. If you were to come up to her and say, hey, you know, I noticed you from over there, and I thought I'd come over and say hello. That's it. You're still conveying confidence. In fact, you can even come up to her and not even say that much. A really good way of conveying your alpha status is to not give any excuse or reason for your approach at all. Just simply coming over and saying, hey, how's your evening going? That's it. No excuse. I'm not giving her an explanation as to why I'm talking to her. It's the assumption that I'm high value and that she should want me to talk to her, you see. So that's something that is an alpha move that, particularly if she shows indicators of interest, there's no line at all. I will come up to her, ask her just how her night's going or how she's doing, and then talk to her like I know her already. That tends to work really well when she is demonstrating interest. But I can go over a lot of different tactics and ideas that work really well. I take a layered approach. So you're layering skill set upon skill set, starting with recognizing and noticing what her temperature is and where she's at. But those are longer video topics. This one, I just wanted to address the issue of dishing out compliments that are unearned. And I know that's a common method, but I just don't think that is the best way of approaching most of the time. I think that you're going to be better off just saying whatever you would say to her, but losing the compliment. Because then you're not putting yourself in a position of placating, putting yourself in a position where she can perceive herself as higher value than you. Thanks for the support.